Hello everyone, this is Ron again with Strangely Normal, and today I'm taking a look at a game that was released in 2004, and at the time was lauded as being a very good strategy game, and is actually based on a game that was adapted from a military training tool. The game that I am looking at here, that we'll be seeing shortly, you may see it on the screen here, is Full Spectrum Warrior. This game, I never really saw it when it came out, but I did hear some good things about it, so I'm checking it out today. And as you're seeing here, it was made by THQ in Pandemic. Well, Pandemic made it, THQ published it. Let's see if I can skip past this stuff here. I'll get into a mission. I actually went and did the training, which takes a while to do, but at least now I have a better idea of how the game works and what's going on in it. Okay, let's get into this. Go into the solo campaign. Let's just go to here. I don't know, this one may be a little bit shorter than usual, or I don't know. The game, I did play a little bit of it. It's not the most fast-paced. It's very much about moving your troops appropriately and things like that, as we'll be seeing here. And then this loading screen is so weird. Makes me wonder. That's some little blurb. Basically, this convoy gets attacked in the fictional country of Zekistan. I just skip past it to get to the gameplay. That's really all that intro serves to show. Zekistan, basically, it's like Iraq was around the time. Pretty much even the same scenario. Just they switched out some names and faces, basically. So as it starts, this guy tells you to follow him to cover. Now seeing this, you're not actually controlling an individual soldier. You're controlling a squad of guys. And to move them, you're seeing this cursor, and then you have to choose where they're going to move. This actually isn't too bad overall. It gets a little bit difficult on some of the farther away areas like this. But you do that, and then it says to move to the objective, so we move here. And it'll play some little like cutscene thing.
Check on Private Wilson by the medical truck. That truck was hit hard. If he's down, bring him back here for treatment. Use one team to provide cover while the other team picks him up.
And then here's where you get to see a little bit of what the game's about. So here makes best of that. So you get both here, because in this game you actually have two squads that you control. You move them around, and really what a lot of this is about you have one team cover the other while the other moves forward, which is actually a realistic military thing. Now, I've played this before, so I know that the move I'm about to do won't require what I'm going to show you, but I'll show it just for the sake of if you were trying to be really strategic about this. First thing you probably do is bring up your GPS. This is a little map, and then I hit X, calls in a recon, and then after a few moments it'll spot some enemies for you. You just give that a minute here. Then while we're waiting on that, something I'm going to do here, I'm going to have Bravo team move up. Actually, let's cancel this. See, I want to have my Bravo team move to that corner right there. Now, since the recon finished, let's take a look at my GPS. Showing some enemies. None really in this alley, but there are some nearby. And since this is just a snapshot, they could potentially be moving. Although in this one, I'm pretty sure that they don't, at least in this mission. But just to give you an idea, generally what you would do is, since I'm going to have Bravo team move forward, I'll take Alpha team and then I have them kind of cover this direction, sort of cover that alleyway. So then that way, they're covering that direction, so while this team is moving up, if someone were to come that way, they'd get shot. So we're going to move these guys. Move them into position.
Hey, Bravo, move!
Okay, they're clear. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have my Alpha team move up a little bit. They're going to stop covering that way because Bravo's already moved. And then they're going to move to here. And then I'm going to have them move to here. But I'm moving a little bit different. I'm going to have them do what's known as a bounding move, which basically they'll move while covering each other. I just held on the A button when I went to move, and you saw that little come up. This brings up this where I can choose the area they're going to cover. Now I want them to kind of basically be covering the area right in front of them as they move in the event someone comes out. So I'm going to go with this. And then Alpha team will move forward while giving cover. And also I can have Bravo team provide cover while they do that. Okay, Alpha team is in position, so now I am going to have Bravo team move up to this guy and get him. Don't know why they had to go over there, but anyway. But see, this is generally what you want to do. I do think there is actually an enemy that comes out. We may have already got him because I had
Yo, Bravo, move up, let's go.
And then while Bravo moves back, Alpha team's going to cover them. And then they move here to the objective marker.
Hold it. All clear. Lay him down easy, son. Fire team Alpha, listen.
The Alpha team, I want them to move back.
Bravo, let's roll. Good work. The finals just getting started. Yes, sir. Intel shows a hot spot to the east. Get your fire teams on station double quick to meet and greet those sons of bitches. Hunker down and hold the line until Staff Sergeant Burke can get his Bradley online to sweep and clear the trash. Understood, team leaders? We're up, Bravo.
Okay, now we're on to the next part of this mission here. Oh yeah, the sit rep. This is an actual military thing. It's basically used to call in a situational report, sit rep for short. For in this game, it's basically the save. So do that, and that basically makes a little checkpoint for you.
Charlie 32, please confirm objective. Over. Follow the objective marker on your GPS. Avoid the firefight between Allied Bravo
Says avoid. So basically, don't want to go this way, which is fine. We will, and then this right here. This is their fog of war. I never really met, but basically this lets you see what the soldiers are seeing. So then that way you can tell, like these guys right now, they don't have a lot of cover on their back. So if an enemy were to sneak up behind them, they wouldn't even know it. Could get taken out. Okay, let's have these guys move here. Sometimes when moving around things like corners, it can be a little bit not the best, but then again, I imagine it's probably a little bit more realistic, especially if you're like in a real like war zone situation and troops are moving. You're not going to know what's around the corner necessarily, or be able to tell.
Listen up, Alpha. Keep going, move.
Okay, now I have these guys here. I'm going to have them cover here, but Bravo team, I'm going to have move up a little bit. They're going to come up to the corner here.
Bravo, T, Move up.
And then they're going to move up to this corner.
Bravo, move.
And then over there is an actual enemy.
Got a target over here.
Now, what I'm going to want to do is actually get another team in place over by that. As I get my other team in place over by that truck, maybe try and put a grenade on the cars, hide behind them, maybe take them out. So what I want to do is I want to have... Fine. So what I want to do is I want to have Bravo team return fire. He is taking some fire. Return fire to that. Basically, they're going to start shooting him. While they're doing that, I'm going to have Alpha team move up to here. And then we're going to switch over to grenades and then switch over to our group's grenade launcher. And we're just going to put a grenade right on that car. Now, we may have been able to possibly shoot him down. However, he was behind that car, pretty entrenched. Quick grenade round, bam, done with, not an issue. And also, what I can now do is I can then have these guys cover this area while Bravo team moves up. And even though I have Alpha covering that approach, what I would want to do is actually have Bravo do this. Now, this may seem a little bit odd considering the fact that Alpha's over there and you'd think they'd be in a better facing. But if an enemy comes wailing around that corner, we want to have all guns ready to go to cover Bravo. Whereas if an enemy comes around the back, it'll be easier to actually take control of Alpha and have them switch their fire sector.
Bravo, move, hey, move.
Granted, it's not really going to matter. I did this part of this mission. And then while Alpha is engaging, see Alpha, no, Bravo, I'm sorry, Bravo.
Yo, Bravo.
We're going to have engage that.
Oh, point fire now. Yeah, come on, Sergeant, don't leave us in the open.
And then we're going to have Alpha
Listen. Alpha, listen, get going, move. Bravo.
basically we're going to have Alpha move around here.
Alpha, get moving. All clear.
I think the other guys got him. Oh. Strategy was sound, it's just in the time it took me to do it. Probably my bad on that. And then this is a lot of what the game is. The Alpha team is covering that corner. We'll have Bravo team move up. May not be the most exciting, because this is also the first mission of the game, so we've got Alpha covering that, so we'll have Bravo move right up.
Focus, Bravo. Go, go.
And then now I know that section's clear, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Okay. Then I wanna bring my other team over here to cover these guys. So what we're gonna do now is actually just have these guys cover this area right here. Anyone comes across, they're gonna get shot. And we'll have Alpha team make its move up. And then them, since I know that it's clear already, we will do that. And then we'll have Alpha team start firing there,
Point fire.
and then actually, in the off chance enemy peeks its head out while Alpha's firing.
Bravo. Hey, move. Target over here.
Okay. Now, so we got some guys here. Actually, yeah, we're gonna take out that car. Basically ready to hold it until that guy showed up. Okay, let the Bradley take care of him, because he most certainly will. Okay. So it'll say report, 'cause I just got it. Basically the checkpoint there.
Charlie 90 reporting in. Over. Charlie 90-0. Aid and assist 10th U.S. squad in designated courtyard. Review your GPS.
And then this is a little checkpoint. I think I'm actually going to end this now, because this is most of the game pretty much. And it is actually pretty good. Probably not the most exciting for this, considering the fact that it's a military game, but you actually have to at least attempt some semblance of actual real like tactics to get through it and stuff, which I do think is pretty cool. There was a sequel release called Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers, which introduced a couple new things, most notably the ability to split your two squads into fire teams with two troops. However, didn't get quite as good a review score as this game, so I wonder if maybe it wasn't quite as good. I don't know personally. I haven't played that, and this is really like my first time looking at this particular game, so looks intriguing. I may just check it out, maybe try and get into it. Probably as you get into farther along missions, there's probably a lot more guys. Probably it's a lot more hectic too. But anyway, that's it for this week of Strangely Normal. As usual, Facebook group, email, comments, suggestions, always send me messages, all that stuff, always more than welcome. Any comments, please leave them, like the video, all that stuff. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see all of you next week.